That are taking us tonight right across Australia.
Also streaming live on the Richmond website, so we're on YouTube right across the country. And we are going the length and breadth of the country. Now, we can't cover, acknowledge everybody, but I wanted to sort of shout out to a few of our networks and our stations. The TIBA network in the NT, right out through the Tiwis. So say shout out to all our friends there. 101 Fresh FM, all our friends in Bendigo.
Tony Rogers, Travis,
yes.
Will be listening tonight.
Yeah, Bummer Bipper Media in Cairns, great people up there. 3KND in Melbourne.
Melbourne's got us.
Yes, 3KND. Umiwara Media in Port Augusta. That's Dean Hodgson's mob out there. 4K1G in Townsville. Up in the far North Queensland. The Paul Media Network, Gilly and Yuendamu.
Unbelievable.
A few hundred Ks from here.
That's brilliant.
Galari Media in Broome. Halls Creek, PRK 98.1.
Halls Creek.
Yeah, and also Sport FM 91.3 in Perth. So big shout out to all our friends right across the country. Have your say. You can follow us on Twitter. You can follow us on Facebook. You can send us an SMS. Actually, we've got the footy phone all fired up, 0458 723 563. Or send it. It's all happening. Or just send it through straight to us here.
Send a cheerio.
You send it. You can do whatever you like. It's your stadium. It's your ground.
It's his grandstand.
It's your grandstand.
Stop it. I want to send a cheerio to my other relations because I've got biggest mob. I want to say hello to all my Halls Creek people, all the Gidget people.
Yep.
If you can hear me out there. I love you and I hope everyone's safe and well.
Send us an SMS 0407 723 563. Just a bit of a different number. That's my phone. Send it through to that. Have your say. What do you reckon about the All-Stars? They're going to give the Tigers an absolute belting, I would reckon.
Players so far. Leroy Jetta's been good. Aaron Davey in the middle. Courtney Dempsey had a bit of it. Tony Armstrong. Graham John Cox got a couple of goals. Sherrod Wellingham, Gilly and Liam Jones got 2 goals in the first quarter.
Fellas, I forgot to mention, when I went down, the winds changed direction.
Ooh, hello.
Chrissy, and I spoke to Chris, I said, what's going on? He said, it's changed. The wind's actually blowing towards us in the box.
Bounce down in the centre of the ground. We're underway in the second half. It's 8-1-49 the All-Stars. The Tigers 2-1-13. Richmond are finding it tough here tonight at Traeger Park in Alice Springs. And again, the All-Stars work it out of the centre of the ground. Scrubby kick from Jed Anderson through the middle, but repelling this time for the Tigers is young McIntosh, but his kick is a cough up and it goes straight to Alwyn Davey for the All-Stars. The bomber kicks towards Wellingham and he kicks inside forward 50 to the right forward pocket where Thomas comes out and marks on his chest about 5 metres inside the boundary line, the left footer. He's on the right side for that left foot, Gilly, an opportunity for another goal of the All-Stars. Yeah,
Baz, and they've actually moved him more into the forward line, into the forward 50, whereas in the first half he was playing more on the wing. So good move there by Coach O'Loughlin.
Had a very good first half too, Gilly, Lindsay Thomas.
He did.
No, he's in the mix too, maybe.
Just saying.
Yeah, well, boys.
Very good first half. So he settles over the footy. He's about 48 metres out when he drops it onto the left boot. 8 metres inside the boundary line. It comes back. He's hooked it. It's a point. The All-Stars 8-50 now. Richmond 2 goals, 1-13. 1 minute into the third quarter of the game. Gilbert McAdams here tonight. And this man, Andrew Underwood, the former Bomber and Tiger.
Yeah, the ball comes back in. Tigers bring it to the broadcast side of the ground. Still in the back pocket. Not a lot of options for them. So you'd imagine just down the line is the way they're going to go. The man they're looking is Vlastuin, but out the back of the pack, Wellingham takes it. He runs and he spears the ball.
Whoa.
Stephen May was the target. He had it at ground level, then he lost it. His second effort was good. Tigers with number. Conker had it. Ball spills. Is that young Ugle? The boy from the GWS, Jared Ugle. And I've got to say, Kevin Sheedy has got a bit of a rap on this young boy. He got on Twitter earlier today, did Sheeds, and he gave him a bit of a pump up. The crumb was brilliant. The shot was great, and he kicked a major. All-Stars have their ninth.
Yeah, no, he's got a bit of pace about him, and if Sheed says that, well, I'm going to believe what you said, Andy, because he's the best judge of a footballer, and I'm sure Sheeds will bring the best out of him, no doubt about that.
Well, anybody that's drafted by the Bombers must be able to play, Gilly.
Oh, here we go. So the ball back in the centre of the ground. The All-Stars really pouring it on now. Bounce in the middle. Early stages, second half. Ryder up in the ruck against Stephenson. Ball hits the deck. Plays from both sides. Kick smothered. Bounces back into the arms of Shane Edwards, but it's pushed out towards Sean Edwards for the All-Stars, who kicks inside forward 50. Running onto it was Eddie Betts. Spins around 25 out. Little hand pass to Thomas. Oh, look, he's going, Gilly. Let's pull another one through. Playing some pretty good footy out there, Lindsay Thomas, and he kicks the All-Stars 10th goal there, 10-2-62. Richmond 2-1-13, 3 minutes into the third term. I'm just saying, Gilly.
Well, the knock on him at North Melbourne, Gilly, is that his set shots for goal aren't great because you know what? He thinks too much.
Yeah,
when it's just instinctive like that, absolutely brilliant.
Nah, look, great goal boy, Lindsay, but I'll tell you what, the way they've come out, they've just continued on from the first half, and gee, Richmond, they're in a lot of trouble at the moment, but young Jed Anderson, I've been watching him, they've got him on the ball. This kid's only 17, 18-year-old kid, and he's getting a bit of ball just quietly.
So down she comes. Ball in dispute, comes towards Martin. He's about the only one for the Tigers is having a crack. He kicks a spiral in towards the forward 50. Edwards, the former Kangaroo, gathers, gets rid of one around the corner. This will be a brilliant goal if he kicks it. Oh, the breeze just caught it and across the face, and it's banged into the point post. We'll have a boundary throw in. That's at the gap end, the southern end here at Traeger Park. And Gilly McAdam did a lot of damage to this oval, and the All-Stars are doing likewise.
Boundary throw in. Good to see Chris Newman on the ground for the Tigers, the former captain. He's relinquished that this year. Players from both sides dive on top of the loose ball. The umpire will... No, he's plucked one. Bottom of the pack. It'll go to the All-Stars in the back pocket. Paddy Ryder gets the free kick. Hand pass, in fact, on to Owen Davey. Kicks back to Anderson. Onto the left boot. Kicks it to defensive 50, where the mark's been taken by Josh Simpson. Nice little hands over the top, and they're on the run again, the All-Stars. Kick inside forward, in fact just outside forward 50 from Hill, has been marked by Hampton.
Pass!
He drills it inside to John Cock, 40 metres from goal. In fact, it was Amos Frank with the first possession, but John Cock's got it about 40 out directly in front. And another opportunity for the All-Stars.
I'll tell you what, Bazanandis, the crowd is starting to come alive because the last couple of goals, they're starting to scream. That's good, that's what we want, bit of atmosphere.
So Graham Johncock has kicked 2 goals tonight, both in the second term. The Adelaide Crow, 225 at the highest level. He's kicked 118 goals in his career. He's hooked this up and he's kicked snuck it in for a point only. 10-3-63, the All-Stars. Richmond at 2 goals, 1-13.
He's getting a lot of the ball, Graham Johncock. He could be a chance for the Polly Farmer medal.
He's been marked down as one of the better players in the first half.
So Morris brings the ball back in. Martin now gathers. He goes with a long ball towards White at halfback on the outer side. No movement at all, Gilly. That's the problem for the Tigers. There's no run.
They're not prepared to run. And I know they've got a lot of inexperienced guys in the side, but there's an opportunity for them Undies to make a statement here.
Yeah,
right?
Chris Knights has got it. He's run down behind by Amos Frank. Beautiful tackle and rewarded. Oh, the nightmare continues for the Tigers.
He's playing a really good game, Amos Frank.
Tell you what, there's not much of him, but he's lightning quick. Skills aren't bad. He's kicked towards Johncock, was chopped off. Martin turns on a dime on the left. Kicks a spiral towards centre wing at the back of the pack. Numbers with the All-Stars. Lovett Murray to Jetta. The 2 teammates combined. Back to Bennell. Gets on the left. He just leans and just measures the kick towards half forward left. And chopping off and taking a very nice mark was Camden McIntosh.
So McIntosh goes short. Oh, he's looking for Shane Edwards, but it's been cut off.
Skill level.
Taken by Newman for the All-Stars, but his kick was smothered by Edwards. John Cock back there, hand pass back to Newman. So try and work it out of the defensive half of the ground. Little short kick inboard. The target on that occasion was Jetta. Bounced past him, and the Tigers an opportunity through White. Little hand pass off towards Chris Newman. Newman runs into trouble through Bennell. Claims the footy. Tackled, hand passed over his head. Jetta in there again at the bottom of the pack for the All-Stars. Pushes it out to Leroy Jetta. In goes Neville Jetta again, the Demon. Little hand pass off to Hartman. Hand passed out of the pack wide. Picked up by Conker at half-back for the Tigers. He had a busy first quarter. Handballs back to Asprey. Asprey kicked just outside defensive 50. And a good mark taken by Daru.
So he goes short. And again, not a lot of movement, but Greg takes it just off the turf.
They always seem to fall down, Andy, as soon as they get through the centre square. No option.
Yeah, you've got to say they have got a lot of their superstars out, and they're playing 9 debutants. But that being said, in the All-Stars lineup, there's 8 debutants. So the effort is just up a notch from the All-Stars. Coach Hardwick would be absolutely spewing at the minute. The ball to Chris Knights at centre wing, the former Crow. Had an indifferent last couple of seasons at Adelaide, so he's had his career reignited possibly over in Tigerland. Big long kick towards left half forward. It's going to be a mark paid on the second attempt. And it's Ellis Yeoman, isn't it, taking a mark at half back?
He's from a place called Ceduna. Andy, do you know Ceduna in South Australia?
Certainly do. So as a turnover comes to the Tigers, running into the open goal is McGuan. So good work undone. Second goal for McGuan, and, well, you'd have to think too little too late perhaps. But just a glimmer of hope, perhaps, Gilly. The Tigers go to 3-1-19, trailing the All-Stars 10-3-63. You've got to live in hope, boys.
Yeah, no, look,
it's a very, 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 very light glimmer. A very small glimmer.
I know it's only early in the season, but, you know, it's a long way to go. But, nah, look, the passion, that's the thing that I can see with the All-Stars. I don't see any passion with Richmond. And you know what? It's disappointing to see. I mean, I know it's a pre-season game, but just have a go, boys. They don't seem to be having a go. I reckon Dustin Martin's the only bloke that's having a go for him at the moment.
Yeah, he's been very good. Dusty Martin tonight. McGuan's in the ruck for Richmond. Beaten though. Tap down to Davey. That's Aaron Davey for the All-Stars. Umpire's whistle goes. Free kick will go to Richmond. The tackle was rewarded. And Vlastuin, his first year for the Tigers. Young man from the Northern Under-18s. Kick towards half forward. Players from both sides taking a loose footy at ground level. Chris Newman on top, and the umpire calls for a bounce. Ugle gets up from the bottom.
I suppose in fairness to Richmond, this is probably an away game for them as well. But that still shouldn't matter.
Yeah, I don't reckon they play too many games here, Gilly.
No, but I mean, you know, All-Stars have got the support of all the Indigenous people.
Oh, without question.
Here. That's where I'm coming from.
Right, I'm with you.
Great tackle, though, by Morris.
Sean Edwards.
So Sean Edwards nicely...
And Knights runs away with it for the Tigers. The former Adelaide Crow. In fact, it's going to come back. The umpire's not going to let him run away. It's going to be a free kick back to Stevie Morris.
I called it.
Well done, Gilly. So Morris, broadcast wing. The Tigers just 3 goals thus far for the night. 10 minutes into the third quarter. He's in no hurry. Hugs the boundary line with a 45-metre drop punt. Floats about 10 metres in. And a ripping mark taken down there by Liam Jones, who's had a pretty good third quarter after kicking 2 goals in the first for the All-Stars. So the Bulldog kicks back towards the wing. Off hands, a chance for Aaron Davey. Look at him. Gives the don't argue. Runs away with a footy after tucking it under his arm.
Great
brilliant kick the bench 30 metres on. Hand pass to John Cock. 40 out. Goal of the night. That's a beauty.
Oh, brilliant.
John Cock kicks his third goal, and a ripping piece of football from the Indigenous All-Stars. And they go to 11-3-69, Richmond 3-1-19. 11 minutes, Gilly, into the third term.
Yeah, no, look, great play by the All-Stars. And Aaron Davey, he set that up on the wing. He got the ball, a few handballs, and that was a beautiful kick. And, yeah, no, the All-Stars, great answer. Just when we thought Richmond might kick a couple.
Bit of Robert Harry on that occasion down there, Chris Yarra. Bit of excitement on the bench. We haven't got Chris at the moment, but he was up and about. He jumped off the bench and stuck his fist in the air. He's pretty happy with that goal.
Yeah, well, he's actually down in the change rooms getting changed. He wants to have a bit of a trundle. So Martin had it, then lost it. It's going to be a free kick.
That's a nut. Lewis Jetta. He's put a bit of muscle on over the summer.
Yes, he's looks to have a good season ahead of him. Josh Simpson bangs the All-Stars into attack. Floating across the front was Tuck for the Tigers. Gets a lot of the footy, hard as they come. Goes to Stephen Morris. They call him Sock, son of Kevin. Oh. So in the 1-2, the give and go. Morris now gets it in the back pocket on the outer side. That kick wasn't great. In fact, it was a pig dog mongrel. Out of bounds on the full. In fact, it almost went in about row 4. And the All-Stars will bring it back inboard.
That's been the story of their night, tonight, Undies.
Brought it back in towards Ugle. Young Amos Frank's got it now. Not overly young, 24 years of age. He just spears it back whence it came. Missed his target. Paddy Ryder got on the first bounce. He was a good pickup, as you heard Gilly say, for a big man. He's about 6'5". The ball at centre wing. Knights and Ellis Yeoman. Aaron Edwards in there. Inboard to Nahas. Can give it to McGuan. He does. Got a nice little build-up. Nothing for him to kick to, so he comes back inboard. White's run down.
Great tackle.
Terrific tackle by Froggy Davey. It's a turnover. All-Stars are away.
And they'll bring it out towards the broadcast wing. 69 plays 19, well in control. Good work there from the young man in Anderson. Little hand pass over the top, Thomas. Kick towards half forward, okay to Bennell. Little hand pass back to Anderson. Flying shot at goal across the face from Jed Anderson. Has gone through for a behind. 11-4-70 All-Stars Richmond 3-1-9.
I've heard from good reports that this kid's going to be the next superstar from Northern Territory. And the way I've seen him play tonight, he's exceptional.
So is that young Anderson?
Young Jed Anderson, the brother of Joe Anderson that played at Carlton.
Yeah, he's from the NT Thunder, Gilly, on the Hawthorn list. It's a long kick. Ball spills, front and square. Tigers with numbers. They share the footy around. Jackson's got it, almost run down from behind. He gets his kick away. The All-Stars playing in front as they've done all night. Courtney Dempsey takes the rebound kick, takes a mark at centre wing. He just measures it. Jetta at the back of the backer spills. Edwards front and square, nicely done. Can get it to Jetta. He's a live wire. Tries to draw a player. Comes to Hill. Spearing ball. John Cook again. Hasn't he been busy? Terrific summer. The kick. Oh, went straight through the arms of Bennell. Tight on the boundary line. Chopped off. Anderson the man. And Gilly, let's have a look at his setup here. 45 from goal, 45-degree angle.
Andy, I'm going to say something. Before he got that ball, there was a contest inside that square. He put his body on the line. This kid's got skill, but he's got a bit of guts just quietly. I'm very impressed with him.
So Jed Anderson, 19 years of age. NT Thunder on the Hawthorn list. Trots in to the paint of 50. Left foot, not bad off the boot. Back on the breeze, it's a beauty.
Goal. Great goal.
First goal in AFL footy. Congratulations, young man. The 12 for the All-Stars. 12-4-76. Richmond 3-1-19. Gilly, it's officially a belting.
It is, and look, I'm surprised. I thought Richmond were going to have a crack tonight, but you know what? Nothing. They've showed nothing. Absolute nothing tonight.
Let's go down to the boundary line to Chris Yarron, who's with us tonight. Chris, the All-Stars power on. We still have Chris down there. We'll go back towards the centre of the ground where we're going to restart play. 12-4-76. The All-Stars. Richmond are 3 goals, 1-19. 15 and a half minutes now into the third term. The Tigers, what will their 2013 be? Plenty of their senior players out tonight. Ryder taps down to ground level. The two Bombers combine as Leroy Jetta bounces and runs away from the middle. Drills inside forward 50. Asprey at the back of the pack off hands for the Tigers. Kicks it back out towards the true wing position. Outer side. Bennell runs onto it for the All-Stars. Nahas tackles him after he picked it up. Slings him over the line. Boundary throw in true wing position. Outer side of the ground.
Yeah, no, look, Baz, I know I've said it a couple of times, but no, look, Richmond just need to show a bit of spirit just for themselves.
Free kick to the Tigers. Nahas brings it into tuck. Half back on the outer side. Beautiful night for footy. And the All-Stars are making the most of it. Ball spills at the back of the pack. Again, it's been a familiar theme. The All-Stars with numbers. They run in waves. They run in numbers. Harbrow gets it inboard. Armstrong. Got a player in support. Kirtley Hampton. That's Gilly's cousin. He's put on some weight too, Gilly, over the summer. Looks in terrific condition.
Nephew.
So through traffic was Dempsey. Back towards Armstrong. They share the footy around. It's getting to be like circle work. So Hampton now, a long searching ball into it. The forward 50. Free kick surely the Tigers.
Big Stephenson takes it. Hand passes behind him. Richmond inside their defensive 50 with a short kick to Grigg. Another short one to Nahas just outside. Outer side of the ground, the running Ellis. Runs on and takes the mark. So the Tigers get a hit out tonight. But, certainly in conditions up here they certainly wouldn't be used to. They're struggling against the Indigenous All-Stars. Short kick out to the outer side wing. Chris Newman takes the mark. 214 games at the highest level. The captain for the Tigers he was up until this year. The defender, he's a ripper.
Oh, risky handball.
Towards forward 50. McGuan didn't mark. Now the footy's at ground level. Jackson, little tap behind him. Shane Edwards runs onto the ball. Hand pass into no man's land, but Nahas is onto it. Picks it up. Handballs inboard. Trying to work his way through traffic. Alice.
Great
tackled
pressure.
on the second occasion. Couldn't get there. Oh, Amos Frank gets caught high or without the footy, whatever you want. He'll get a free kick at half-back, surely. Does he know he's got it?
Yeah.
In fact, a 50
I think
metre
it's 50
penalty
metres,
as well.
yeah.
So that'll bring him up towards the wing, but time beats him. And at the 17.5-minute mark, 7.5-minute quarters, three-quarter time here at Traeger Park. 12-4-76 the All-Stars, Richmond 3-1-19, Gilly.
Baz, I was just watching Amos Frank give the ball just then back to the umpire. He's just giving him a lace out, left foot, drop punt, 45 metre, straight on the chest, and he's a right footer. Unbelievable.
Well, let's go down to the boundary line where Chris Yaron is down there in amongst all the action, Chris, and the All-Stars getting into the huddle at the moment, but a ripping third term again.
Yeah, all stars that quarter again, fellas. All their class is just way too much for Richmond to handle at this stage, and Richmond looks like to me that they didn't come to play, and I'm pretty sure their coach will be pretty disappointed with their efforts. But all credit must go to the All-Star boys. They've been fantastic throughout these 3 quarters. So. Good work to them.
A lot of players rotated on and off the ground for both sides tonight, obviously, but Amos Frank, when he gets near it, there's a bit of excitement, isn't there?
Yeah, it is. Amos Frank, he's such a class act, and he'll be terrific for Auckland this year. But I've been really impressed with young Jed Anderson this afternoon. He's cracking in. He's laid some big tackles and also finishing off with a few goals. So he's certainly one that caught my eye in this game. So I think he's going to be a star the next few years.
You're at the huddle at the moment. I was just watching Aaron Davey just going as all the players came in. He made sure he spoke to everyone. He slapped hands. He made sure their minds are on the job. It's the intensity from the All-Stars again, and we've seen this over many, many years. Fantastic tonight.
Yeah, he's that's why he's such a class act, Flash. He's such a leader around this group, and he's led by example the whole game. And I wouldn't be surprised if he takes out the Polly Farmer medal. He's been fantastic, and you can hear him now. It's just all about enthusiasm, just keeping your mind on the task. And he's such a good leader for these young fellas coming through. So everyone should look up to him.
Good on you, Chris Yaron, the champion blue down there tonight for the NIRS broadcast, along with AFLN TV, and of course AFL.com tonight, and all our affiliate stations right across Australia. But Gilly, a big lead to the All-Stars. Looks like it's going to be another big win to the All-Stars, although at one stage during that third quarter, our man Andrew Underwood felt the Tigers were on their way back. But
I was trying to find something, boys. Just something.
Former Tiger himself, but Gilly, it's all been all about the All-Stars.
Yeah, no, look, it has been, and look, I know it's a long way to go for the season, and these All-Stars guys, I know for a fact, because I've been a part of a game. I know when we come into this game, I know when I was playing, this game for me, that was my state of origin. I was representing my people and my community. That's the way that I looked at that game. It meant more to me just as much as playing for South Australia or the Allies. And I'll tell you what, that's what it means to those young kids out there, Baz and Undies. I don't think this game means as much to Richmond. It doesn't. Otherwise,
Australia, there's no freshness like Coles freshness. I know because I visit the farms. I know just how committed Coles is to Australian farmers and providing the freshest locally grown fruit and veg. Look at all this. And I know how fast we get our fresh produce from the farm to you. Perfect and ripe. And at Coles, 96% of our fresh fruit and veg is Australian grown. That's why it tastes so fresh. And that's why
there's no freshness like Coles.
The Northern Territory is full of the best stories.
Where I got up close and personal with an Aussie icon.
Which you just have to do. Flying over those waterfalls is just irresistible.
So we jumped straight in and
relaxed in the cool waters with
a few friends on a little charter heading to
a tropical sunset like no other.
The best short break story is available now at flightcentre.com.au or call 131 600 and book now.
bringing that grease because I get sick of looking at his hair covered in grease all the time. But anyway, but we've got a big scoop. Chrissy Johnson, he's not coaching in 2013, so he's going to be on the panel every week. And you know what we've got? We've got the king on board, the greatest footballer, they reckon, even better than Lee Matthews, Wayne the King Carey. He's going to be on the panel full time, fellas. What an exciting time that's going to be for us.
Yeah. Well, looking forward to it, Gilly. Back there was a bit of a question about over Margaret, but it's good.
Yes.
It's good to see from everybody's perspective that Margaret's back, and you know, Margaret, great product, has been there for a lot of years, and it's got a bit of a cult following, you boys, haven't you?
It has, and it's going to be the same format. I'll be the co-host. Grant Hanson, Grant will be the host. We've got the two girls, Layla and Shelley, and we've also got our little mate Crooker.
And me in the audience, Gilly.
It's not going to be at the studios. It's probably be in a smaller environment, but that won't matter.
Let's go down to the boundary line. We've got Chris Yaron down there who's looked after for the... And, of course, he's done a very, very good job. But Chris, at the moment, what's the message at three-quarter time? They've got to go in hard, Barry. They've got to go in hard. It's a big final quarter coming up, and they've just been asked to push. Thanks very much for that, Chris. Down there on the boundary line.
You are a clown, Bess.
Thank you very much. Andrew Underwood here and Gilbert McAdam, as you heard. 12-4-76 is the All-Stars score. And Richmond are 3 goals, 1-19 at three-quarter time. 3 goals to Graham Johncock, 2 to Liam Jones, 2 goals to Eddie Betts, 2 goals to Luke McGuan for the Tigers. He's got 2 of their 3. And the single goal scorer, the big ruckman, who came over from Geelong, 30 years of age. He's a great story, actually, Oren Stephenson. He's a wonderful story. Gets an opportunity late in his football career. He played 8 games for the Cats last year, kicked a snagger roll, 1 goal. And tonight he's got 1 goal for the Tigers as well. But it's all been about the All-Stars. They've dominated from the word go. And you'd expect they'll go on with the business in this final quarter, Gilbert McAdam.
Yeah, well, you'd imagine so. But I think, just for the sake of the Richmond young kids, I know Andy said they got 8 or 9 young kids first gamers. I reckon Choco Williams would have been saying to those kids, you want to make a bit of a statement tonight, boys? Finish off in the last quarter. Don't worry about the previous 3 quarters because they can't change that, Undies. They just got to try and finish off in the last quarter and get a bit of respect back.
It's going to be tough to pick the 3-2-1 for the Polly Farmer medal, boys.
It's going to be very hard, fellas. I'm pretty sure it's going to come from the All-Stars, the way it's going.
I don't think there's any question about that.
So they come on the ground, they back onto the centre of the ground. The All-Stars have just broken up. And the Tigers are out there as well. We're going to hold on out here at Traeger Park in Alice Springs. Both sides have moved into position. The All-Stars will go to the right of our broadcast position in this final term, the southern end of the ground here at Traeger Park. And the Tigers to the left. And Dusty Martin's out there to start in the middle again. He's been pretty good tonight for Richmond. Good signs from him. Very, very early stages in the season. Andrew Underwood to take up the call as we start the final term. 76 plays 19, the All-Stars comfortable leaders.
Thanks, Baz. Stephenson and Ryder this time. Stephenson gets hand on the footy. Second effort was good. Ryder's got him. Ball spills to Edwards for the Tigers. On hands and knees was Kirtley Hampton. Oh, terrific effort. He gets it towards centre wing to Ugle and he was dumped. Unceremoniously, umpire says, free kick, play on advantage. So Hampton, he's had a big pre-season, Gilly, put on a few pounds.
Yeah, he's got to work on his kicking, though.
Yeah, that kick wasn't great. That's Murray Newman for the All-Stars. Tight on the boundary line, ball out of bounds for a boundary throw-in. 75 around from the All-Stars goal.
Tell you who has been good tonight. Harley Bennell has worked very hard tonight for the All-Stars. He was in amongst that again. Boundary throw-in.
Doing a lot of ball carrying, hasn't he?
Paddy Ryder in the ruck. Taps it down towards ground level. But Shane Edwards first there for the Tigers. Runs away from the pack. Kick towards half forward. Trying to come out and mark was young McDonough. Couldn't do so. Ball hits the deck. An opportunity for the All-Stars to carry it away. Hand pass from Goods. It ends up with Ugle, who runs through the centre of the ground. Drills it about 30 metres forward on towards the leader. He went for the mark. Didn't take it in Stephen May, but got back up. Short little kick towards Murray Newman was good, and he took the mark. Another one to the left forward pocket. An opportunity here for Motlop, who's taken the mark. About 35 out from goal. About 30 metres out from goal on a 45-degree angle.
He has had a reasonably quiet night tonight.
Started well in the first quarter, and then, but a lot of rotations often on the ground.
Yeah, that's true. Yep.
So Motlop will go for the first goal of the final term. 1.5 minutes into it, he fires. It's just across the face and through for one behind. The All-Stars 12-5-77. Richmond 3-1-19. 1.5 minutes into the final term. And you're listening to NIRS Football through AFL NT and AFL.com tonight with Andrew Underwood and Gilbert McAdam.
So ball in the back half, the Tigers have it. Grigg just chips it short to a teammate in Martin. He's had plenty of the footy. Goes short to Conker, had it, then lost it. At ground level, nice effort though. They do work hard, those experienced Tiger players. A long ball towards half forward. Nahas showed a bit of courage, but the ball spills. Comes towards the All-Stars on the outside of the boot. Working well, there was Edwards for the Tigers, shrugged off his opponent, and then he gets it off the instep. So the Tigers boys are getting tired. The skills are starting to fall right away. Edwards now just releases Nahas right half forward, gets him board back to Edwards. There's a little bit of time and he just chips it. Yeah. And he found a teammate in young Matt McDonough, or McDonough. He's from West Tynes. You know where that is, West Tynes?
Where's that, Andy?
South Australia.
Theberton, just tell him Theberton.
Yes. Played for the Eagles in SA. Only a young boy. So only 19 years of age, directly in front. Takes 3 steps. Umpire doesn't move a muscle.
Good.
So he's got his first goal in senior footy. The Tigers have got their 4th. They go to 4-1-25, trailing the All-Stars 12-5-77. 3 gone in the final term. Thanks to Loon legend, here's Gilly McAdam.
Yeah, that was probably the most fluent play that into their forward 50 that I've seen all night, and that was a good kick. It's no coincidence it was an Indigenous guy that passed it to him and hit him on the chest in Edwards. But nah, look, good goal, and look, that'll do that young kid a lot of confidence.
So the ball delivered back towards the centre of the ground, and we'll go again. The Tigers get one back, but it's all been about the All-Stars tonight. They've been fantastic. They came to play. They played with a lot of passion, and they've really put on a wonderful performance here at Traeger Park in Alice Springs. Ryder tapped down in the ruck. Push behind the pack though to Nahas, and he runs away from the middle for the Tigers. Got a bit of toe, and he goes long and high inside forward 50. Big fist on the foot. He punts towards the side of the pack. Opportunity for Lovett Murray. Short kick to Ugle has been good tonight as well. And Ugle takes the mark on defensive 50. Spent plenty of time on the ground. So Ugle onto the left boot. Kicks it high towards the wing. Big leap from behind by Motlop. Couldn't take the mark. And off hands it goes out of bounds. Just forward of the wing. Broadcast side of the ground for the All-Stars. 12-5-77 they are. Richmond 4-1-25, 4.5 final term.
So
both sides still making the changes.
Yeah, plenty of rotations. Paddy Ryder's been busy. Taps it back to the check side. Jetta been busy as well. Stevenson around the corner. It's a bouncing ball. Which way will it go? Nicely done by McGuan. Gathers it towards Martin through traffic. Just missed his target. Jetta. That's the Lewis variety. So chipping it short. The All-Stars have it, and they got plenty to choose from. A spearing ball, but chopped off somehow by Daru from the Tigers. The skill wasn't great though. Bennell gathers it. They've got him right adjacent to the interchange gates and right in front of the NIRS commentary team. So great to have your company review listing right across Australia. Friday night footy. It's the All-Stars by 42 points.
Footy comes spinning back into play.
52, Barry, sorry.
Tap down towards Bennell. My man, he's been good. His handball low cut off by Shane Edwards. Hand pass off to Chris Newman. Through the centre of the ground for the Tigers. Kicked the half forward. Couldn't mark there was Alice Yeoman. Fell to the back of the pack. And an opportunity for Courtney Dempsey to clean up. Chain of hand passes. Ends up with Lovett Murray. Back towards Courtney Dempsey. His Bomber teammate at half back. Hasn't been a great week for the Bombers, but their Bombers represented tonight have been fantastic. Kick into the centre of the ground to Harley Bennell again. And he delivers nicely to Alwyn Davey, another Bomber, and then another Bomber as he kicks to Leroy Jetta. Jetta back towards the running Aaron Davey now. Hand pass to Alwyn Davey. Alwyn Davey handball to the forward pocket to John Cock. Didn't go for goal, he was only 20 out. Kicked it across the face. Tigers all over it. Was a high ball, punched to ground level. Leroy Jetta was there. Hand pass back to Alwyn Davey. A hand pass to Bennell. Bennell across the bodies, hit the post. Nice little build up. And ended up with my man Gilly, 12-6-78, the All-Stars, Richmond 4-1, 25, 6.5 final term.
That's the thing about him is he carries the ball, and he's obviously learnt that from the great man, G. Ablett.
So the Tigers have the footy. It's a bit of Thursday night circle work really, but it's Friday night. The All-Stars have got control of this game well and truly, and they're playing a terrific brand of footy. Vlaston. So a crowd of 8,350, very good crowd.
That's a great crowd.
And Gilly said
I said 7.5.
He said anticipated 8.5. He's a pretty good judge. So Daru at half back for the Tigers. Edwards gets it from him, comes back inboard. And his teammate in Vlastuin gives it to Greg Bohan. A long ball towards full forward. Edwards flies high, first bite, second bite. Couldn't gather it, second effort was terrific. The All-Stars have numbers, and they clear the ball. Again, Ugle has it, and they're just lining up players to get a possession.
Motlop's got it, kicks in towards the centre of the ground. Short kick to Josh Simpson. They're away again, little hand pass over the top to Alwyn Davey from 50. Didn't go for goal, just popped it up for Bennell. And he runs into the open goal and puts it through. Harley Bennell from the Gold Coast Suns. 36 games next to his name at the moment, pops it through. gets his first of the night. And another one.
Yeah.
13.684, Gilly, the All-Stars. Richmond 4-1-25, 7.5 final turn.
Oh, look, that was very unselfish by Foggy Davey. He could have had a shot, Alwyn Davey, then, but no, being the player he is, he passed it off to Bennell, and I'll tell you what, Bennell's got a lot of ball out in the middle. He can also get it inside the forward 50. He's had a good night tonight, Harley Bennell.
Well, it's going to be very tough to try to find a 3-2-1 for the Polly Farmer medal. Gilly McAdam will be presenting the medal after the game. So Jones now in the ruck. Thomas has got it towards Hampton. Share the football around. Jetta, that's the Lewis variety, gets it off the outside of the boot. Comes the broadcast wing. Foggy Davey has had a huge last term. Will it give him the votes? Time will tell. That off the side of the boot. A turnover. Newman for the Tigers. He's got players with plenty to run from. One's tuck, no one home. So he just goes long. That's more hitting hope than anything else. Off the side of the boot. Bouncing ball. Off the ground. Edwards goals. That's Aaron Edwards for the Tigers. And his first goal. 5th for the Tigers. They got a 5-1-31. Trailing the All-Stars 13-6-84.
Gee, I'll tell you what, the great Shane Warne would have been happy with that rubber, because that's what it was. It just went the opposite direction, and well done to Edwards. He obviously read it well, and he kicked the goal. Well done to Edwards. That's his first for the night.
So back in the centre of the ground, and Edwards gets one through at his new club. He's 82 games himself, 124 goals with North Melbourne. Now a Tiger for 2013. Bounce in the middle. Tap down to ground level. Players at ball bounces through hands. Martin was in there. Little hand pass comes to Shane Edwards of Richmond. They've been good in the final term. Hand pass over the top to Chris Knights. Another one to Grigg. Back towards Martin. Martin tackled, rode into the deck. Pushed it out to Grigg. His kick was smothered though. Well done by Kirtley Hampton. Went back onto it, pushed it back behind him. Martin goes again. Have to say he's been pretty good for the Tigers. He's worked hard all night, but his hand pass has gone astray. Went to Lindsay Thomas. That half back for the All-Stars. Short kick over the top to Motlop. Another one to Newman for the All-Stars. Runs forward to the middle, looking for a hand pass. Elects the kick in the end. John Cox led wide. Marks it 60 metres from goal. He's got Leroy Jetta streaming inside. He also had Davey. He went for Davey, but it was cut off by Alice of the Tigers, standing at half back, and took a comfortable mark.
So Chris Newman on the broadcast side of the ring for the Tigers. Gets on that familiar left foot. Gives it to White. White runs to 50. Launches towards goal. And misses to the near side. So nothing going right for the Tigers. They'll trail by 53 points. 10.5 gone in the final turn. That scoreline, 13-6-84 the All-Stars. The Tigers 5-2-32.
We've got you down there, Chris Yarran.
Yeah, mate, I'm here.
How's it feeling on the bench now?
Yeah, everyone's enjoying himself down here. I just got Eddie Betts with me. He's not playing for the rest of the game.
Yep.
Just playing 3 quarters. So I'll just get a quick chat with Eddie.
Yep.
Eddie, how are you seeing the game so far, bud?
Hey?
How you seen the game?
Sorry, I was watching the game. Yeah, it's been all right. This last quarter's been a little bit low traffic, but hopefully the boys will get back on the defence, and we won't give up some more goals.
Who's been your standout performer throughout the day, you reckon?
I'll say Aaron Davey.
There we have it, boys. Aaron Davey in line for Eddie Betts' Polly Farmer medal.
All right, so the ball now on the wing. Welling.
Great kick, Sharon.
Inside forward 50 has been marked.
Great chase, Buffy, great chase.
Kirtley Hampton, he played on quickly. Spotted up big Paddy Wright.
Great chase, Uncle.
Goal, little hand pass to Newman. And Murray Newman fires and puts it through for the All-Stars. 20 metres out, directly in front. And the goal goes on the board. 14 goals, 690 now the All-Stars. They've done it beautifully. 5-2-32 Richmond. We're 11.5 minutes into the final term. They're really running away with it now. Comfortable lead of 58 points.
10 individual goal scorers for the All-Stars, Baz. So they certainly have, they've shared the love.
I think it's all those fleet-footed players that they have out there. They haven't got real key position players, and I suppose they all got a chip in, Undies?
So Ryder and Stephenson will contest this centre bounce. 90-32. It's been a belting. It's been a very slick performance from the All-Stars. Centre clearance out towards centre wing. Froggy Davey has it. He gives it to Aaron Davey. He comes back on the left. He got plenty of the football. And Armstrong now at half back goes laterally towards Ellis Yeoman. Tell he's put on a bit of beef over the summer as well. Goes to Courtney Dempsey on the outer side. Plenty to choose from. Almost a raffle. Has a bounce. Tries to draw a player. He goes to Motlop. Oh, the ball was a bit hot for him. He's turned the ball over. Ball in dispute now. Conker for the Tigers. Comes back inboard. And Tuck's got it at half-back.
So Tuck goes short over the top and he finds Chris Knights. Knights runs with a footy for the Tigers, the former Crow. He kicks short to McGuan. Takes a little bit of while to get used to, Billy. McGuan's got it 70 out from goal. Plenty of player movement these days, isn't there? He goes long towards full forward. Edwards underneath. Oh, big whip from Aaron Edwards. Didn't mark. Spilled it down to Shane Edwards. Crossed the body for the Tigers. He's kicked the point. In the deep left forward pocket, about 25 metres out. 5-4-34 Richmond. 14-6-90 are the All-Stars, 13.5 minutes into the final term.
So Armstrong, 30 from his own goal. Crosses sell a little bit of candy, comes to the broadcast side of the ground.
Help him!
The target is Wellingham. Hasn't had the biggest game I thought he would have. I thought in a game like this, Gilly, he would have just dominated.
Yeah, I thought the way I've seen him, and yeah, no, he probably. It's great that he's had the opportunity. Obviously, when he's at Collingwood, he didn't get the opportunity. So good luck to him.
He's put on some beef, put on some pounds, and put on some muscle.
I'm right.
And he's got it front and square. So he had it, then lost it. Tigers through traffic. Nahas, he's run down behind, but shrugs a tackle. Gives it to a teammate in young Vlastuin. And a long ball towards the full forward line. And Stephenson, too big, too tall. And he takes a mark, 10 from home.
I reckon he's going to be a good pickup for the Richmond Footy Club because he's that type of player where he can go into forward line undies as well as be a tap-on ruckman.
Yeah, well and truly a mature age at the age of 30. And he played 8 games last year for the Cats, kicked 1 goal. And in those 8 games, we saw a couple of them, Baz. He didn't disgrace himself. He actually goes all right for the big boy.
No, it's a tough time to come in for a big fella, although the big fella's mature late. But we're coming into the highest level, Gilly, I suppose, and to keep up the tempo of the game, this year might be his year after a year in it.
So he comes in, trots in, and goals. So Stephenson gets his second for the Tigers, his new home. They move on to 6-3-39, trailing the All-Stars 14-6-90, 15 gone in the final term. Thanks to our program sponsor, Learn Earn Legend. Speaking of legend, is our very own Gilly McAdam.
Yeah, look, it's not very far off for the siren here, but I suppose all they can do now is just finish the game off, and wouldn't be a lot of time left in it, Bass.
You're seeing Chris Yaron down on the boundary line. You had a good look at the Tigers. You got them in round 1?
Yeah, we have actually. So I've been, as much as I've been enjoying watching the All-Stars, I've had a few glimpses at the Tiger boys because obviously we play them in round 1. So we've had a pretty good record over the Tigers the last few years. So hope we can keep that momentum going.
Mickey Moldhouse, the new coach, he might want you to write a report when you get home.
Yeah, he might. I'll see how we go when we get back.
So bounce down in the centre. The Tigers stream it out of the centre of the ground. Low drop punt towards half forward is not too bad. And a good mark taken down there by Toddy Alton. Big fella shown a little bit tonight. And he's taken this 45 out on a 45-degree angle, 19 years of age, through the Dandenong Stingrays.
He's got good size about him, hasn't he, Baz?
He's got good hands like he did then. He'll go a long, long way. You don't rate the big blokes, Sundays, do you?
Yeah, I do. They're if you talk to Crackers Keenan, they're the most important people on the ground.
Well, I reckon that's what Richmond's been lacking, is bigger blokes, and I reckon they've recruited well, so it's good signs for them.
48 out when he drops it onto his boot. It's come off the side, but it's coming back. It hits the post. Right goal post. And whence he kicked it. So 6 goals, 4-40 Richmond. 50 points in arrears of the All-Stars. 14-6-90, 16.5 minutes now into the final term, Gillian. It's been a ripping night. The crowd's enjoyed the footy. The All-Stars have put on a show.
Yeah, look, they have, and Richmond probably hasn't had a real good game, but look, all in all, it's been a great atmosphere, and what a great opportunity for all Alice Springs folks to be able to see an AFL game in Alice Springs.
Yeah, 8,350 people have come to this game, and they've witnessed the All-Stars very slick indeed. Winding down towards the last few seconds. Tigers into attack through Vlastuin once again. It's a spiral punt kick in towards the forward 50 off hands. Again, the All-Stars have numbers. Dempsey bounced on its end. Through traffic was Thomas. Taken high from mine. Umpire calls play on. Wellingham in there showed courage along with Vlastuin. Good contest. And the ball has been forced out of bounds for a boundary throw in between wing and half forward, broadcast side of Traeger Park. The scoreline 90-40.
Well, it's good the rain stayed away, Bass.
No, we're into deep into the final term. Kicked forward to the wing, and Ryder takes a ripping mark. Ryder now kick over the top. is okay as they surge forward again. Short kick to Sean Edwards, but the siren has gone. So the final score, Indigenous All-Stars have done it again, this time at Traeger Park in Alice Springs. 50-point winners over the Tigers. 14 goals, 6 Richmond, 6 goals for 40. 3 goals to Graham Johncock and 2 goals to Eddie Betts, who showed a bit of excitement in the first half. 2 goals to Liam Jones, both of those in the first term, the Bulldog, for a good start. So they're the multiple goal scorers for the All-Stars. And Oren Stephenson, 2 goals for Richmond and 2 goals to Luke McGuan. But all in all, a big win for the Indigenous All-Stars again, Andrew Wonders.
Yeah, look, the game didn't reach any great heights from a Tigers perspective, but the All-Stars, they were slick across pretty much every line of the ground. 10 individual goal scorers, Baz. At quarter time, they led by 23 points. At half-time, they extended the lead out to 36. At three-quarter time, they were out by 57, and they pretty much put the cue in the rack for the bulk of the last term, running out 50-point victors, 14-6-90 over the Tigers, 6-4-40.
Well, I'll tell you what, Chris Yarran down on the boundary line, a lot of excitement down there. You're heading in amongst the players, and no doubt you'll be catching up with a couple shortly.
Yep. Terrific game by the fellas tonight.
So a ripping game from the All-Stars. They've really turned it on again, as they have done over many, many years. And tonight it was a 50-point win over the Tigers, who showed a bit in patches, impressive in the final term. Dustin Martin for most of the match was very, very good. He certainly busted a gut. He's had a big pre-season. He wanted to. The club wanted him to. I suppose he started well tonight, Undies, with a good four-quarter performance under his belt. But a lot of expectation on the Richmond Footy Club in 2013. And hopefully for their supporter base, they're busting to break into the final 8. And perhaps this might be the year. But it's just a hit out for them tonight. And they'll get through unscathed with any major injuries. And they'll be happy with that.
Yeah, look, all their big guns were not playing tonight. Your Rewalts, your Cotchins, your Delitios, Vickery, etc., etc. But, on the flip side, the All-Stars could have fielded a much stronger lineup. There was no Goods. There was no Buddy Franklin. And the list goes on and on and on. So, all in all, a very good victory and a very good result for the All-Stars.
And Gilbert McAdam has gone downstairs to present the Polly Farmer medal for the best player on the ground tonight, as both sides line up for the presentations at the end of the game. But it's been a wonderful night. A crowd of over 8,500 people in here at Traeger Park, and the excitement around the ground that when the AFL comes to town, it's always the same in the biannual event, that they really, really enjoy their footy when it's out.